foam rolling. If you can imagine your muscles as fibers or threads. Every muscle is a little bit different, but we'll kind of use the quad as the main focus here. So the quads, the fibers go in one direction, so right down the leg through here. When you work out, do squats, do whatever you got to do, you run, those muscles are going to tear and repair. They recover in a weaving pattern because your body is super smart and it wants to repair super fast. So fibers that are going like this get intertwined like this. Now when that happens, you lose mobility, flexibility, and you're kind of prone to injury because your muscle isn't loose, it's not working as it should. So what these guys do is over time they start to unlock those fibers a little bit more and start to get them to go straight forward. Okay, so John, it was actually interesting that you brought up, oh, my legs actually feel really great, and it feels weird that they do feel so good. That's the idea. So this done before a workout makes you feel fantastic. So if you ever wake up one day and you're like, holy heck, my legs are killing me, between my shoulder blades is super tight, you pop on one of these, you'll probably be in the game within 10 minutes. So that's pretty cool. So you guys can follow along with you if you want. I'm going to go over from head to toe, how to hit the main muscles that tend to carry the most tension and tend to tear a little bit more when you guys work out. So we are going to go upper body first, because that's going to help improve posture. And oh, something I did want to add too. If you're like, one day you're like, hey, I want to get a good stretch in or something like that, foam roll first, stretch second. Because the muscle will be warm, the fibers will start to move in the same direction, and you get more stretch out of that. Okay? So, what we are going to do when you're ready, we're just going to kind of go right at the bottom of the rib cage with that foam roller. Now, I'm going to kind of do a speedier process. General rule is 30 seconds each tender spot you hit. Once you find that spot, you breathe and kind of let it go. The only place you don't want to put your body weight is on the lower back here. Okay, that can go into some disc herniations if there's a problem there. If there's any weak discs in there, it's just going to highlight it even more, and you don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is, it's actually been proven to help improve posture, is go through the thoracic spine. So we're at the bottom of the rib cage here. We're going to go arms overhead to kind of relax our neck. You're going to take a breath in, a controlled breath, not a deep breath, but take a breath in and exhale and slowly lower yourself back. Now your body's going to hit a certain point where it's not going to want to go anymore and it might be tender, but you're going to take another breath in and exhale. Try to go back a little bit more. And you take a breath in and exhale. And then you're starting to get into extension there. And this movement helps improve posture because it kind of gets you out of that flexion, that tight mode where you're sitting down all day. And it really starts to loosen things up. Okay, so that was about 30 seconds. So we're going to come back up and roll down so you're hitting right between the shoulder blades. Okay, there's going to be two spots here. Okay, same thing, exhale. Extend back. Let your elbows loosen up. 5. Breath in, exhale. And one more. Breath in. Exhale. Try to let the neck relax into your hands. Good. Now you're going to come up about halfway, but still stay in between the shoulder blades. And this one is glorious. You're going to give yourself a big bear hug. And you're going to get right between those shoulder blades. Now, if you're feeling brave, if you're feeling spicy, lift up your hips, get right between those rhomboids, so right between the shoulder blades there. And then you're gonna roll just a little bit up and down. Try to relax your neck back a little bit. And we're gonna hold here for another 10 seconds. That bear hug really opens up, especially if you're like, oh man, I have a little soreness under the shoulder blade. This tends to get that. All right, come on back down, hips are up. And the last spot we're going is just a little bit higher, not on the neck, but right on the traps, so your shoulders. Now you're gonna take a breath in, exhale, stand back, breath in, exhale. Now myself, I like to go back into that bear hug and see if I find anything, and then alternate back and forth. And then if you can, you raise onto the hips, and get right between those traps up there. Now just to make the body feel good for upper body, hips down, and just kind of roll up until you're all the way back up. And that opens up thoracic spine. Okay, next up, since we don't have too much time, that's gonna hit kind of upper back, traps, rhomboids, and a little bit of the lats down below. Now the lats run all the way from the shoulder up here, and they come all the way down and attach right in the lower back. Okay, so it's a long, long muscle. To get that, and another one for good posture, is we're gonna start right underneath the armpit. You're gonna relax your arm up top here, and then you're gonna slowly roll. And now everyone's a little bit different here. There's no certain spots that you stop on, but once you find a spot, you hold, relax the arm, and breathe. Now, key here is the lats kind of wrap around to the front just a little bit, and they especially wrap around behind your back. You're gonna lean back, and if there's nothing there, that's okay. If there's something there, give it a little love. And then you roll forward, and you're already finding spots. Owls, that means it's working. And then you're coming forward through there. Now, since we're kind of rolling forward and we're on that, you're gonna roll all the way forward, and we're gonna combine the lats with the pec. So that's gonna be kind of right on the nipple line there, and right in between the armpit. Oh boy, we got good faces all around here. Now my suggestion is don't have your arm outreached here, have it slightly bent. Good. And breathe. Good. Let's kind of loosen up those muscles. Good. We roll back up. Oh boy, there it is. And we roll all the way down. We're not going to do it all today, but you're going to go right to where the rib cage ends, okay? So you have that whole area to spend 30 seconds on each and every spot. Now when you go back to the lats there, the arm can go back over top here, so it really starts to lengthen. And again, if this is your first time rolling, it is going to be like a knife right in that side, but you come off it, and they're like, all right, it's like a new muscle. Cool, so we got upper body, that's the full upper body. So you have upper back, lats, pec, easy enough. Lower body's a little bit more.
Is there anything for arms?
Arms, so you're talking
Bicep, triceps?
Bicep, triceps, yep. I actually prefer those little AccuBalls, and actually taking the side, but you can get tricep on here pretty easy too. If you're going tricep, you gotta be a little bit creative, but you're gonna go relax the arm up, and this has to be totally relaxed or even flexed here, because if you tighten up your tricep, you won't get the good foam roll in there. So you loosen your arm, and you go palm up, and there it is. You go all the way from armpit to elbow, stopping on each spot. If you're starting to get a little tightness, especially around the elbow, and it's kind of happening on a consistent basis, always get it checked out. But sometimes if you just give this a shot, it'll loosen things up for you. Now, if you really want to make yourself laugh, if you go across it like that, that's called cross-frictional massage, and it tends to loosen up that muscle even faster. However, the pain scale goes up slightly, so and just holding on those spots really do help, and it'll definitely loosen things up. Again, this could be a savior to say one day you wake up like, I'm not going to class because my muscles are just too sore, my triceps are like lit up, I can't even do it. I can't do a push-up. Get on this, you'll feel fantastic. All right. Any other questions? Questions? No. Upper body? Good. Yeah. You go back to the desk now, you're gonna feel, whoa, what the heck is happening there? Lower body. Okay. So some of you already might have done this, but we're gonna start on the biggest kind of muscle you can get here, which is the front part of the quads. And that's gonna be, I'll actually move to the side here. One leg starting at the hip is on the roller there. Your knee comes all the way out to the side. So sometimes I'll see people roll like this, and then once they get to the top, they'll start to arch their back and pinch their lower back. That's not the good. We don't want that. We just want this knee to follow us the whole time, okay? So we're in a plank mode here. You keep this leg nice and loose, so you're dragging your foot and toe along the ground there. If you tighten up, the foam rolling session doesn't become as effective. It has to be loose, okay? So we're slowly giving ourselves a little army crawl. And again, this is just like the lats on the top, where everyone is different. Everyone feels it in different spots. But once you find those spots, you breathe. You hold. Lots of breathing going on, that's a good thing. And you're just holding on those spots. If you're feeling spicy, you flex. Now I will say, this is kind of like a fast, if you're like, oh my, I only have like 15 seconds to foam roll this morning, which you should allocate more time if you plan to foam roll. But if that's the case, if you do this type of cross-frictional massage, it'll kind of speed up the process of that foam rolling. Okay? And then we go from hip all the way up to right above the knee. Never, ever, ever on the knee. If you put it on the knee, you will push your patella out of place, and then that can lead to a very unpleasant day and very unpleasant recovery. Okay, so we're breathing on these spots. And then just to get good measure in there, we're gonna shorten up the time here all the way back up to the hip, to the start position, just to get the blood flowing. And you take a little rest and come off now. Okay, cool. So next thing, TFL is slightly to the outside of the quad, and IT band is right next to that. So I like to hit both at the same time. Same position here. The only thing you're going to do is push yourself into a side plank. This one tends to be the most tempting. So if you come down to a plank here, like you started over here, good, and then this knee out to the side, or is that painful already? There you go, and then push yourself up, turn your whole body so your chest is facing the wall, and here we go. So we're going to slowly roll once you find these spots, you guys are sweating.
Yeah.
Once you find this, again, once you find the spot, here's your opportunity to get the TFL,
Oh goodness.
okay, and the IT band at the same time. If you roll forward, TFL. If you roll 2 more to your side, IT band. Okay. Now, I just want you to pay attention to one thing. Keeping the knee slightly bent as you're rolling. You're like, I can't even get up on this thing anymore. Now, it's from hip to knee, okay? If you find tender spots up at the top and you're like, I'm done, you really gotta roll all the way down and find those tender spots that are all the way down. And it might go on and off, and like, that was 1 minute, that felt like 15, okay? So, that's both, that's IT band. And then we got the front part of the quad, rectus femoris right down the front there. And now we're gonna go on the inside. This one's a little awkward, okay? Not gonna lie. So, breathing deep. And this one, you're gonna actually start lying on the ground. Take the foam roller. This one is just awkward, but honestly it's the easiest because you get to relax your whole body. So it comes right kind of on the thigh, on the top here. You have to turn your body so it's facing the ground. So your chest is on the ground. And you're just gonna roll on that inside to kind of inside the groin there. Trying to put pressure where you can. And then all the way to the knee. Big tip here. Probably the most important part of this roll is right above the knee there. Tends to get really, really tender. So I just relax my leg and I just hold there. I can go back and forth on that spot to kind of rub it out a little bit. Ooh, there it is. Burn it up. Yes. Yeah, and you're just kind of holding on there. You can even flex your leg if you're feeling spicy. Oh boy, that's good stuff. And then you roll all the way back up, and then you're all finished. Okay, I said from head to toe, and I'm not lying. So, what we got going on last is the calves, okay? Especially if you're doing lots of ESD work, long distance running, or you're looking to get into like a 5K or something, this is a must. I don't care who you are, how fit you are, this is a must do. So we're gonna start right at the Achilles. You're gonna take the opposite leg, and you're gonna cross it right on top there. My suggestion, okay, is when you're in this position, you have to relax both, especially the bottom ankle, but just relax both just to keep them both in check, and then slowly roll the ankle to the outside or inside, doesn't matter, we're going to do both ways. And if you find a tender spot there, just a little rock back and forth. And if you don't feel it there, you roll back to the other side, and you go right through. Especially if you have any like pain on the bottom of the foot or like tenderness down there, usually starts right here, right around this heel cord and Achilles. Okay. So same concept. We're going from now the heel all the way. Now the calf you have to view as it's cut down the middle. It kind of circles to the outside like a C. So when you keep that in consideration, you have to roll to the side, and then you hold. Try to relax the ankle again. Sometimes it tightens up. If you're feeling spicy, you're like, all right, I got this. You lift yourself up, and that's more advanced. Holy. Oh boy. And then you hold through there. Again, you gotta roll the inside and outside. Now that's head to toe, okay? I did want to get the last 5 minutes in for stretching. And we're gonna focus on lower body with the bands here. So, coming off that, my calf was pretty darn good. Alright, that one killed me. Alright, so we have the bands. I suggest getting a decent, kind of heavy band, just because it's going to help out your arms and the upper body instead of you trying to pull too hard. But we're going to give a wrap around the foot here. Okay, try to get both even. One more wrap around. Good. Now, I always like stretching like this, and we'll show you the motion in a second. This is the setup here. Just because if you do hold yourself and you're like, all right, 3, 2, 1, done stretching, it's only going to get you so far. But now that we foam roll, this becomes a little bit easier. So, we're lying on the back. Grab these bands here. Okay. Other leg stays nice and straight. Pull up, but you have to keep your leg relaxed as you're pulling up. Let your upper body do most of the work. Okay. And once you find the stretch, there it is, you hold for 15 seconds. Okay, that's a minimum. After 15 seconds, for 5 seconds, we're 5 seconds in right now. Once I'm done talking, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Then the muscle starts to relax. Always breathe. Now, next up. Now that the 15 seconds is over, you keep that foot up there.
I need to put a shoe on.
Kind of losing a little circulation there?
Yeah.
I am too. Now, after at 15 seconds, we're over it. You're gonna keep your abs tight. Push your lower back into the ground and kick your toe up towards your nose. Yeah, it is. Now, breathe. Your leg might be twitching, that's normal. Other leg straight. Abs stay tight. Lower back into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest if you need, but otherwise we're going right into the next one. You're going to take your foot, cross it towards your belly button, keeping the leg straight. Oh, what the heck? Oh, God. That's a killer. Now, especially if you've been doing circuit training, ESD work, tends to inflame the IT band sometimes. And guess where we're stretching? Yeah, pesky IT band. Okay. Come back center. Oh, God. Thank goodness that's over. You're going to put your other foot flat on the floor, so bend the knee. Okay? Take the leg. Slowly bring it to the other side, so the outside. Okay? Pulling a little bit extra on the inside band, just so the leg stays relaxed. If you find something, great. If you don't, that's okay. This tends to be the less tight of hamstrings. 3, 2, 1, come back up. Slowly relax that leg back down. Good. Now we're kind of back here. We can drop the bands. Get it off your foot if you want. If it doesn't fall off, that's fine. Last one. Piriformis. Coming right here. Now, kind of like a level 1, level 2. I'll kind of turn over here. Level 1, you're just trying to bring your heel as far back to your butt as you can. Lay it back down and just about pound of pressure on that leg. If you feel that in there, that's okay. That's all you need. Okay, you just breathe through. If you feel like you can do a little bit extra, you're gonna grab under back of your hamstring. That's